Good morning. I have exciting news for you. I finished a quilt. Whoa! Aren't you excited? I'm going to show you how big it is.
It's my size quilt.
It's your size? You're not very impressed.
That's the backside.
That's the backside. Okay, so I said I finished a quilt, but I have decided I'm just a piecer now. All I do is piece because I send it out for quilting. You want to see what I did?
Yes.
Okay, I'd really appreciate if you made a little noise.
Yay.
I'll feel better. So, do you remember the very first lesson that I taught you this year was the log cabin? And we said, Teresa, will you come and assist me? Look how beautiful Teresa looks today.
Thank you.
She is Julia
Thank
Roberts
you.
today, just in case you didn't notice. Just in case you didn't notice. But anyhow, we were working on the log cabin and with a different size die, and you said, we want to see the log cabin die. And I said, I'm not prepared for that. But we ran and we got the log cabin die, and then Teresa ran and got a layer cake. And in like 5 minutes, I cut this quilt with the log cabin and a layer cake. And it's been laying on my desk, and finally I sewed it together. But it's just fun, isn't it? It's just really, really fun. And this is so cute. I hardly ever get my labels on the backs of my quilts, but look what my long arm quilter does. She makes sure her name gets on the quilt. She writes it on the backing. This is Judy Jackson. She writes it on the backing and she pins it. So is that funny? Yeah. Anyhow, I'll have lots of places in my log home to hang. Yes? The block, it was, it looks kind of big, huh? It looks, is it 10?
Yeah, the Accuquilt came out at 10.
At 10, this little one came out at 10. But it was just really, really fun.
You can make it 12.
You could make it 12 if you just kept on going. Yeah, you just have to keep on adding more rounds.
That last row makes it, I believe.
This is a 9-inch.
9
The
inch.
logs are 1.
So on the log cabin die, I just used 1/2 of it, which is like the smaller part. Just half of it, and just, I could have used the whole board and made my blocks much larger. But I thought I was lucky getting that done. Don't you think? Okay, so that was the first order of business today. I just had to show you how proud I am. I'm into finishing things.
The teacher did her homework.
So now, the next thing I want to show you is flying geese. I did pretty good, didn't I? Well, we don't have a large one of the block that we're going to show you, but I brought an antique flying geese quilt. You want to see it?
Yes.
I just jerked it off my wall. I thought you would enjoy it. I remember purchasing this in Jonesboro, Tennessee, and 2 sisters made it. Isn't that fun? Should we go the other way, Teresa, so you don't have to work so hard? Is that fun? So flying geese has been popular for so many years. Claire, do you happen to have that memorized in your head, how old flying geese is? Make it up. Forever. They have been having it forever. And you can get like just plain flying geese. You can get wild goose chase. So many people just use flying geese in their blocks. Cool? And do you like it in the border?
Yeah.
And look at the quilting. Isn't it phenomenal? It's really pretty, and I think it's in really good shape. It is hand quilted, of course. So think flying geese. Honk, honk. Would you like to see your next block? Okay, are you ready? Okay, this block, it makes no sense, but here it is. Okay, it's called Cups and Saucers. Cups and Saucers. Cool. I like coffee. Do you like coffee? I like tea. Whoa, cups and saucers. But anyhow, we've been talking about the cubes. Sue made this one, and remember, she used the 6 cube for this. The 6 cube. I hesitate to call it 6-inch cube because this block is larger. It's larger blocks across. So Sue did it with the 6 cube, and then I did it. Whoops, I'm not sure where my block is. Whoops, is it here? Oops, we don't know where it is. Here it is. Okay. No, I didn't have. What happened? I don't have it. But how about we have the 9-inch from the 9-inch? You want to see that one? This Teresa did this one. Pretty. She's using this little fussy cut in the center. And when you see her sampler, it's going to just knock you out. It's nice, bright colors. Okay, this is from the 9 cube. And David did this one. And this is from the 12 cube. It's huge, isn't it? It's really, really big. Well, it's called Cups and Saucers. Cups and Saucers. I do not know why it's called Cups and Saucers. Do you see any cups and saucers in there? I love it when I tell the fellows what the name is and they're squinting at it and say, I don't see any.
There is cups in there. Can I show you where?
There are cups?
Yeah.
In this? There's a cup?
Okay, if you take this and this right here, it's a cup.
Oh.
I went online and looked it up today.
And that's what they call it? This? Use my bulletin board. This is the bottom of the cup.
Yeah, the top.
And this is the bottom.
Of the cup.
And that's the bottom. Well, of course. If you colored it right, maybe you could see it.
I looked it up online because I thought,
Why is it called cups?
I
Thank you, Candace.
squares are the saucers.
That is very, very cool. Cups and saucers. Ooh. I brought some of my favorite cups to show you. Favorite cups. Let me show you. So I wish I had one. Oh my goodness. Oh, Ryan gave me this one many years ago. I was young when he gave me this. I'm still bummed out. He said, when my friends and I are old, we shall wear purple. What was he thinking? I was about 40 years old. But this cup, so now we've kind of gone away from those cups and we're more into mugs, right? So now I'm the Quilting Queen, just in case you guys didn't know that. It's kind of hard to explain that to people that don't know me, huh? The Quilting Queen. All right, so would you like to see how to do cups and saucers? Cups and saucers? Okay, so while Teresa gets the dies out, I'm going to show you cups and saucers. I asked Merritt to print this out, but he didn't bring it to me. In our book, so get the dies that I need for cups and saucers, Teresa, and the pieces. Okay, so you all have 40 fabulous years, huh? As any of you don't? Some of you? Do you all have it? Yeah? Okay, so I don't know if you looked at page 94, but for cups and saucers in this book, I really had all 5 of my grandchildren gather together and they had tea. It's a good thing they're wound up enough. They really don't need the caffeine in coffee. But they're all sitting there with their little china cups. And Jonas is serving, and the girls are laughing because they go, oh, we're going to get cookies pretty soon. Whoa. And this was years ago. This is Teresa. Do you believe that? That's Teresa. That's me. And this is my sister Patty. We were all young, huh? And this was right after I had my open heart surgery. The first place I wanted to go was Starbucks. Starbucks. And have my strong cup of coffee. And so I took my mug. Oh, my mug is over there. Can I show you my mug? Can you get my mug? And I wrote, P.S. I picked this block just to tell you how much I love coffee. And just in case you guys did not know, did you see on this mug, look what I'm wearing. Did you get that? I wore this just for you. And guess where you can get some of these? At a special. And we're going to have coffee. Would you like to have coffee? Coffee and coffee cake, compliments of the dessert boys. We can't spell desert, so we got dessert now. They're the dessert boys, and they brought you coffee cake. Is that cute? Coffee cake. I don't know, David, are we going to serve them now, or are we just going to get into cutting? What do you think? Cutting. Okay, cutting. We'll go do cutting. All right, so you have a pattern. It's very, very nice. And this is going to be one of the patterns in the sampler when I finally get that sampler done, when you all get it done. Okay, so I worked really hard on the first page, Cups and Saucers, compliments of
Can we switch?
Brenda.
Can I have that one?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Brenda told me some things you would like to have better. So now I still really need one of them. Everybody have one? Okay. Pardon me? Good, thank you. So you see your wire of your block. There are 3 dies in it. The largest one is number 1, and that makes the center. That's center. And no matter which cube you use, you're all going to use shape 1. Okay? Shape 1. And then you have shape 3 in the corners. And they are the what? Half square triangles. And how many are there? 4. Okay. And no matter, you're all going to use shape number 3. It just gets bigger or smaller as it goes along. And then the very last one is your geese. Honk, honk. And what number are they? 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Okay, so 4 and 5. So aren't I lucky? Teresa went and cut out all the pieces for me. Am I lucky? Okay, so, and I have the go big. I love the go big. So I'm just going to take shape 1. This is my center. I'm going to cover it up. And then how about let's take, this is shape number 3. This is your half square triangles. And we're smart stacking, right? We're going to be smart about this. No fooling around. So I put a light, a little polka dot, and a plaid. And this one, you need to have 2 sets, but I already used one of them. I think it's over on the wall. Okay, so just get them going through. Do, 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 do. Do a little dancing. Be ready. So you know that you need to put some pressure on there so it doesn't all fall apart. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I need a pair of scissors. Oh, look. Okay, we're coming out. Ta-da! Ready for sewing. Yes? I'm going to put that right over there. And this is the center. Now, it's just a little, it's perfect. 4.5, I think, on this one, right? Okay, that one's ready for my center. And this one is the geese. And it's quarter square triangles. It's shape number 4. And in the block, we have, if you look in the picture, oh, I know where I bet I know where it is. Merritt must have it on his desk, Teresa.
What?
The block. Okay.
You might want it.
Okay. So I have only 2 layers for the geese. They are quarter square triangles. I'm going to get 4 out of each square. I just need yellow and red. And if you look at the picture, you only use 4 yellow and 4 red, right? Right? Yep. Keep me on track, you guys. Okay, and this is going to be the little wings. People call those little side pieces. This is the first light. It's just plain white, right? Yep. And so you just put it all together. And I need to get this one. And look at this. I'm such a hot shot. I'm going, okay, well, where are all the pieces? Ah, they are over there. Good. Okay, this one is really good. You don't want to mess this up. So spin it around. Ooh. Is that good? Yep. I love it. We don't have so much to do. And so I'm just going to take the 4 geese and I'm going to stack the 4 yellows and stack the 4 reds. All right? This is very easy. You're going to be excited because I'm not going to show a whole bunch how to do. Right? Yep. Ready? Oops, how about the white wings? You were almost too late there, Alan. I know. Okay, and what's really cool with this one is that you have 4 in a stack. It was folded in 4s. So this is enough to do. There's 4 and 4. 4 and 4 are 8. And how many white wings do I need for my yellow? 8. 8 for the yellow. And how many for the red? 8. Oh, you guys are good. Look, she's got everything all laid out for me. If I just had my paper. Okay, I am just going to open up to making 4 half square triangles. These are the half square triangles. They're with little polka dot. They're with second light. And if you notice, we put my Sew Straight on here. And I don't know if you've ever used this Sew Straight. Yep. The Sew Straight, if you don't have a Sew Straight, boy, you got to get one. Because you just attach it right at the end of your, just before your feed dogs. If you can see, the feed dogs are right here. And this is on top of the bobbin. But David taught me this. I always took the whole thing off when I needed to change my bobbin. And David said, all you have to do is just peel it back, keep it on there, change your bobbin. Is that good? Yep. Finally. But when you drop this Sew Straight down, you want to make sure that this center arrow is right off the needle, okay? It's right off the needle, and so it's really helpful. And actually, I leave my Sew Straight on all the time because I just really like it. And if you've not sewn half square triangles, you see that notch at the top, that little dog ear has been cut off, and you have to put that notch right in the needle, right in the needle. And when you sew, you just keep the end gliding right along the center line. Good? Honestly, I love to do like little 2.5-inch half square triangles. It's just so much fun, so relaxing just to sit there and put it through. All right. What did you do, Teresa?
I hit my head on the table. I was under the table.
Okay, so that's the first one. She's going to set it with the dark on the top and open it up. Okay, and so now it's going to be really easy doing the geese. Okay, where is my honker? So if you turn the geese just like this, let's just do one of them because I happen to have them. Ah, look at that. We got all the geese done here. So if you lay it out like this with the 2 lights right side up beside it, and you just take and you just flip the white. Let me see. And then when you sew it, you have to look at this illustration. This is the one I want to show you. So let's just turn it around like this. Like this. Okay, there it is like that. But when you flip this white onto, then you just line up the little edges right here. Get that all lined up. You have just this little tip up at the top, and then you just assembly line sew it. And then once again, you know what? It really helps to have a little jumper scrap because the machine loves to eat these. Whoa! And I'm constantly losing my jumper scrap. You know, some of the quilters actually piece a quilt while for their jumper scrap. So it's just really fun. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut it, and I see a new face. Sheila, is your friend new? She's here for the first time, huh? I can see the look on her face. And what is that? You're going, what is she doing? Have you never seen Accuquilt?
No more than a YouTube one time.
No more than a YouTube. This is the real thing, baby. So you just take the little white and you just open it over, and I'm just so much with my nails just to press it open like that. And so now, see how that's all matched in the corners? I'm impressed. And now you have this other one. It's just going to go right on here like this. And you've got that little matched point there. You don't have to figure out how much of a tip to let hang out. You just line it up, right? And David is giving you coffee, huh? All of the guests are going to have to run down to Starbucks for their bold coffee, for the cup and saucer. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull this one through. The yellow is done exactly the same. I like to use my stiletto to hold that tip down, and I'm just following that tip right along the line on my sew straight. Ta-da! Pretty easy, huh? Quilting Today has all of those Geese rulers. Did you guys do last month's block? Yes? Did you get all of your geese done last time? That's why I'm going so fast. Okay, open it up and press. So there's the geese. What do you think? Pretty good? Pretty good. Whoa. Okay, so let me see. Somebody did all my yellows already. Huh?
How convenient.
I did them. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and let's take them, line them up like this. Am I right? I'm already on page 3, right? And if we turn them like this, like that, and how many are there? 4. 4 of them. Okay, so then you're just going to take and you're going to flip your red on top. Flip it on top. And this is what I love. Let me find the red one that I did so you can really see it. So I like it when I use red thread because I can actually see what I'm supposed to do. I think it helps if you use a good contrasting thread, right? Do you see this point right here? Whoop, whoop. You want to go right across that. Right across that. Yep. Good. And then from the front side, it'll be perky. We want perky. We want perky. So let me just sew right across here. And I think, how many of these am I going to do? 4? Okay, I'll check 1, see if it's good, and then I'm going to have Teresa show you something. Let me see. Whoop. Oh, thank you, thank you. So while I do these other 3, Teresa, do you have David's new quilt to show?
You talking about with the bear's paw?
No, I didn't see that one with the Fabulous 40. Oh, you didn't bring that one? No, Fabulous 40? No, the Fabulous 41? We've been doing way too many quilts. The one that was, oh, that was the log cabin. I'm sorry, it was the log cabin. Do you have it? Okay, by the time I'm done, you guys, I'm gonna, oh, look at my coffee with cream. Remember that. No gifts, just Starbucks cards. Ta-da! I have a photo album of all the Starbucks that I've visited around the world. You can find them everywhere. Okay, last one. Okay, so now we're just going to take this and open and press toward the outside geese. So we're going to just put the red on top. Let's see, let's put the yellow on top and then just push it just like that. Is it pretty? Is it good? Is your iron hot?
It is.
Good, I want to see it. Okay, so actually it goes out towards the yellow. So you put the yellow and you press, it says the outside. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wasn't that fast?
Yeah.
And-
Your block.
Huh?
That's where your block is.
Look at this. And so I'm just going to turn the page. 1. And now we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. That was easy. And then just put these around the outside edge. 1, 2, 3. And you know that I have tons of these unfinished pieces all over the place. Ta-da! Now I've got a block. Now I've got a block. And so it's just really easy. All you're just going to do is flip the middle row, right sides together, and you're just going to go do 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 do, right? Make that noise when you do it. And now open it up, and to keep them connected, don't break them apart. Same thing. Last row, right sides together, and you go. Make your fingernails go. My sister Patty taught me that. No, she uses her fingernails, and that's how she sews. So, and then when you go back across, then you're just going to go back across, and it tells you to press the seams away from the geese. Away from the geese. It tells you how to press your pieces. Good? Yeah. That was fast, huh? All right. I used an 8-inch, an 8 cube, an 8. All of the 8s are coming out to be 12.5 inches. And that's what they are in this book. But you should see, we are making all of the blocks. They will be in samplers too. You know, the one that I think is the coolest is what David's doing with his 12-inch. I mean, isn't that wild? I went to see Mary Jo Rambold, who is a long-arm quilter, and she had really big blocks. I guess that's the thing now. Our days are getting shorter and shorter, and we're making our blocks bigger and bigger. It's amazing, huh? It's just truly amazing. So anyhow, I have a big surprise for you now, because you guys have been asking and asking for the bear's paw. Yahoo! Ta-da! So we had to make a little conversion because there weren't any dies in the Accuquilt system that worked. So, but we came up with it. Aren't you excited? Yeah. You're going to do the bear's paw. The bear's paw now. I'm really quite excited. So Merritt somehow brought this in. You know that my home in the mountains is called the bear's paw? And it was because there were like carved wooden bears. Oh, here they are. Oh, no bears. Carved wooden bears outside, and I was always talking about the Bear's Paw Ranch. And one of my students said, "Aren't you afraid to go there?" I said, "No, why?" "Aren't there bears outside?" They won't hurt you. So anyhow, we have a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite things. This is our Easter egg hunt that we do. These are my 5 grandchildren, Orion and Grant, and we have so much fun. I have this great sewing room at the Bear's Paw. It's been outfitted with koala studios and baby lock sewing machines, and this is all fake because it's really messy right now. It was only cleaned up for the picture. It's fake news. But the lighting is great. And this is my neighborhood donkeys. They really belong to my neighbor, but because I feed them, they don't know that. They think I own them. And as soon as they see my car drive in on weekends, they're there. And they make a lot of noise. And then this is just a little logo from the top. The Bear's Paw. So I love the bears. You want to see our blocks? They're kind of different. You see that? It's kind of different, but it's really bear's paws, right?
They're dancing bears.
They're dancing bears. Okay, so this is Sue's from the 6 cube. And Teresa made it for Sue. She's out of town. She did little fussy cuts on the paws. Okay, these are the paws. These are the claws. I thought that made a lot of sense, right? So there's 4 of them. Usually there's a lattice down the middle, but when you put a lattice in it, it won't fit your quilt. So what do you want? Do you want it to fit your quilt? Yeah. Okay. You like it? Oh, thank you. Okay, so that's the one. We'll put that up. This is mine. I did it in the 8 cube. It is 12.5 inches. It will finish. It will go inside my Fabulous 40s quilt. So if you want to do this, okay, yay! And this one is Teresa's. Bright. Whoa. This is from her 9 cube. Her 9. Is that good? So we were debating if I was going to do yellow in mine, but then I did polka dot. But I don't know. Well, we're still trying to figure it out.
About 13
13.25. Oh, but I'm going to show you something. And this is David's, and David used the 12 cube. Does he have more blocks here? I can't wait to look and see. So it's kind of really fun, huh? It's different and it's really fun. But would you hand me, oh, look at this. If you don't have an 8 cube and you would like a 12.5-inch block, this is the value die. The value die, and it's called the small value die. The small value die, and actually I know that it comes along with some of the machines, right? You might have gotten it. It's number 55018, and it has everything on it that you need to make the bear's paw. Whoa! Okay, so we had another idea. This was David's idea too. He found this in a magazine, I think, it's an antique, copy of an antique. So we wanted to make our bear's paw to look like it was going in the sampler, using those colors. But he showed me something different and I just couldn't stand it. I had to do it. He just threw a layer cake on my table and we started doing. Wow. How many do you have done, David? 4? Oh, are you going to put them on the board? Yeah, but I want you to put them up on the board too.
Well together.
Oh, they're sewn together. Isn't that cool? So when I left last night, David was in the kit department snatching scraps. You ought to see the scraps we have. They're pretty good. But anyhow, this was just another version, and I thought that I would show you how to make the quilt someday too. What do you think? Isn't it cool? Just the 4 paws. 2 colors, it's easy, and all the seams lock on the back side. And there's the little swirling in the middle, so it's just really fun. I love that. I think it's really graphic, really, really fun. So what, pardon me?
That's the 12 cube, or that's the 8 cube that he did it out of?
He's the 12. He's the 12 cube guy. And I'm the 8 cube guy, girl. But anyhow, if you use that value die, you'll get a 12.5-inch block. And that's what was really, really fun, just using the value die. So what do you want me to use, the value die or the cube? I'll use the cube. I'll use the cube. It's
That is 4.5-inch square?
yeah, I think it's 4.5, 2.5, 2.5. Yeah.
Okay, so here's, I have a value die, but it's a different number.
Uh-huh.
Because way back when,
Oh,
I think, I don't know, mine's 55021.
that I don't know.
That's the older one.
It says small value die on this. That's one only thing that I know.
The older one, it still works.
It still works?
I guess it's a
Yeah, so
4.5-inch square, a 2.5-inch.
The older one.
Yeah, then it'll work.
Square, and this one is a rectangle. That's the only difference.
Oh, the die is.
The original one is a square,
Okay, but the
and
size
it only fits in the go.
So that one will go
Doesn't fit in the baby.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
it'll fit in the go big, obviously.
Okay, you can put mine up too. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, it's really fun to do it with the value die.
Do they make the value die in all the different sizes, or is this just one value die?
Well, you wouldn't need to have a value die if you have all the size cubes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to show you that right now. Okay? Because we did lay it out. Your whole set of instructions is laid out as if you have a cube. And my size was, remember, they were all different sizes of cubes. Remember the 6. I did which one? 8. And Teresa did the? 9. And David did the? 12. And Sue did the? 6. But she's not here. You guys are so good.
It's the coffee.
It's the coffee. I didn't have my coffee yet. Is it good?
Yes.
Oh, good. It's really charged. I get real sluggish in the middle of the day, and boy, am I get excited when somebody's going for coffee for us. Okay, so how about we're just going to go through. You have your instruction sheet? Okay, so we're going to start with shape number 1. And number 1 is for the square. The paw, right. And how many do you need? 4. Yes! They really got it, Teresa. We should give you coffee every time. I do want to show you something on here. I'm sure that Teresa did this. She drew a light X through the corners of her die. So that when you see it's a little askew, right? So you want to get your pieces on askew too. So you just utilize the corners of the square on the lines. You just line up the corners on the lines. Good idea. Ah, ooh. Oh, also fussy cut, right, fussy cut. Okay, so let's go to number 2. And what shape is that? Those are the corners. They're little squares. They're really, really cute. Oh, you already cut them? Whoop, I already cut them. Okay, so we did, remember? Okay, how many first light corners do I need? This is a test. 4. You didn't drink enough coffee, Alan. You only need to have 2. Because you first light. And then how many do you need for the second light? 2 because you have 2 with first light and 2 with second light. Of course. And guess what? Teresa threw this one in just to make me confused. Just in case I'd used yellow.
You already did.
Yeah, I made that one. We'll lay it on there and see which one you like. Okay, so those are the little squares. They're already cut. This is really good. Okay, and then we have to, okay, this is smart stacking. This is the green, which is my claws, and the first light fabric. This is for the 8 cube. So these pieces are 3 3/4 by 6. And once you stack them right sides together, then you fold them in half. So we had to be careful that I would just like to take all of them and stack them up, but you're only supposed to do 6 layers at a time. So I thought I'd stick with that, right? Okay, so we're just going to put that right there, and I'm just going to cover them. And also, I have to do 2 sets, really. Another set just like that one. Another set just like it, so I get a total of 8. And then I also have the same in the second light and the green. Right sides together. See, if I folded all of these, ooh, should I do it? Should I do it? I might get in trouble. Huh?
Gonna be 2 extra.
2x?
8 instead of 6.
It's going to be 8 instead of 6. That's dangerous. Dangerous. That is 8. And how many are you supposed to do?
6.
It'll work? Nothing venture, nothing gain. Okay, here, Teresa, you want to put these back? Okay, so peel off the scrap. Get rid of that. Okay, put those over there and ready for sewing. Okay, so now you have to make sure you have 1/4 of an inch around the outside edge. I'm going to tell if it doesn't work. I'm going to say you made me do it. You made me do it. Oh, but already knows I'm trying to put too many through. The blue light came on. See? Look at that. Aren't I just too smart? Bad girl. Okay, so they're all ready for sewing. So you're just going to put those over there by the sewing machine. And I will just finish cutting this one. And that is all of the pieces that you need. Goes pretty fast, huh? Okay, each block has a total of how many claws?
4.
Okay, claws, little individual guys.
16.
16. So how many first light claws? And how many second light?
8.
You guys got it. I just worry about you when you go home. And so that's it. Okay, we got all the centers. We're doing good, huh? Okay, so let me lay this over. Oh, thank you, Teresa. You're going to sew them all.
You can sew.
So did I not sew any ahead yesterday? I don't think so. Huh? I made
You just made them black.
I made the whole block. Okay. So I am just, oops. Okay. I'm going to take the stack with the first light. And see how it says there you have to keep like first light and second light separated. But you guys know that, so you're not going to be in trouble. Okay, so I am just going to do 4. Do you see how it shows you on the bottom of page 2 how you stack up? You stack up basically 8 pairs, 2 in each stack. first light and second light. Are the words right on there? With the medium and with the light. Okay, so on the very first one, if you look over, let me see, where did it say? Ah.
So sorry.
What happened? Oh. You wanted to see how fast I could sew with my hands? You know, you can't believe how many men, they think they're so original and clever. They say, oh, so you make a quilt in a day, huh? So how do you do it? You go like this real fast, huh? And then they laugh. Okay, so Teresa.
What have I done?
I don't know, it's working. It's working. We're doing good. Okay, so what I want you to do is take the ones with the first light and press the seam towards the medium. That's written right up at the top of page 4. Okay, so if you just do 4 of those, okay, and then you take the yellow and you sew.
Oh, you want the yellow right here?
Yeah, I was hoping for the yellow. Okay, so press me 4, put the dark on the top, set the seam, and press toward, I'm sorry, it is the medium. I keep on calling it the dark. Okay. It's a good thing I know this machine, huh? Okay, so these are the yellow. And see with the little sew straight on here how easy it is. Ooh. David, how long did it take you to make your big block?
Like to cut it and sew it probably about 25 minutes.
Isn't that amazing? Okay, so now take and press my yellow. This time you're going to press. In the picture, it shows the little polka dot, but it's the second light. Ta-da! And did you use? Oh, she forgot to use Gizmo. I'm really into this. Okay, I'm dyslexic, so I'm going to turn the paper the same way. 1, 2, and. See, they're not all sewn the same way. You have to go.
I press them the wrong side when I have those.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I need to press towards the
Cut,
dark.
retake.
Thank you.
Okay, do you see how they go in opposite directions? Be very, very careful with that. And I'm just going to get this ready, and I'm going to get my little squares ready.
There is the and that's how
Okay.
it's supposed to go.
This is how it's supposed to go. This is first light, and that's the medium, pressed toward the medium. This is the second light, and it's pressed toward the second light. They're opposites, right? Now, why would we be doing opposites? So they lock. That would be a very good idea. Okay, so let's go back to this. Whoops, give me my pieces back. Okay, I'm right here at number 1, going 1, 2, and the second set is going this way, and one more. Nope, nope, nope. Yep, nope. See, I just kind of make mistakes just so you would be watching. You feel better? It's hard when you're dyslexic, let me tell you. And then you just follow those little flippy arrows. 1, 2. This is enough for one paw. And Teresa, would you come and lay the paw and the corner for one block? One, two. I love it after class because I get to sit down and finish everything. Except sometimes I don't finish. Okay, so now they tell you, the instructions tell you how to press your seams, and I did them from the, as if it were from the right side. Okay, so the first one says to press the seam to the left. This is it, right? So the seam is going to the left. Okay, the second one, let me see, is this the second one? Like this? Oh my gosh, I think they're right. Right? Okay, and this one, the seam is pressed to the right. To the right. And it's just so whenever you're sewing them together, then it seems to really work best so that you're not fighting anything. And that's it. Yeah. Yeah, Brian. Yeah. Did you finish your quilt, Brian? Aww. You gonna come back to camp again? You gonna come back? Were you out making the coffee cake? How was the coffee cake? Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay, come on. What are we doing here? What happened to me? My seam is not going down. Well, look at that. You just go do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Use the one on the back.
Oh, is that why? Because
Maybe you use it with your hands.
yeah, but the little words didn't say that. The little words. This machine is kind of really good because whenever you do something wrong, a little unhappy face comes on the screen. He's got a tear running down his cheek. These machines are smarter than we are. That's all I can say. Okay, so we've got this one going along here. And again, see, I have, it's exactly the same thing like the geese. You have those V's in there so that you can stitch over them. Use red thread. I had, okay, see that? Ooh, look at that, Eric.
Very nice.
Didn't I do good? If it weren't very good, I would just go like this. But that's good. Let's look at it from the other side. Ooh, that's really good. That's really good. Okay, so we are going to have one of each of them, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then when you flip it over, see the picture right here? You put the little corner at the bottom. Just flip it right sides together. And this time you push this seam down. And the opposite seam will just automatically go up. And it just lays really good. Down and up. Opposite directions, they'll lock together. And the way we press the seams, especially this one right here, it's pressed so you have less bulk. Because they can get really, really bulky. Did you guys ever look at the back of an antique quilt? It's pretty amazing that they didn't figure out how to press their seams. They just go everywhere. And don't worry, if it doesn't fit, they just lop off the extra. So, I'm sorry, Brenda? Oh, they do? Of course? Who said that? If it doesn't work? See, I use my stiletto to stretch everything. There's something that happened to me that I'm not showing, but I will show you. You guys want to see it? Okay, fine. I'm going to confess my secrets. I do a little bit of finagling too. See that? See? Oh! Oh! But I always say it just depends how it looks on the right side. Ooh. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, and it says, how are we going to press the final seam? The final seam is pressed toward the paw. Press toward the paw. Toward the paw. And so when you lay out your blocks, then you have a picture on the back page. Let's make sure the picture is right. 1, 2, yep, 3, 4. Yep, it looks right. And these seams right here are going to lock together. That's what's really nice about it, because it gets pretty bulky. Lock it together, so you just sew down. And remember, whenever you go across, this is that swirling thing where you push the top seam up and the underneath seam down, and you just unsew those stitches in the seam allowance. And then just swirl it right around, swirl it, press it in the center, and it's good. Woo! I think we did good. How did we do? Now you get to vote. Do you like the yellow one with the white? Did you take away one?
No, it's right there.
Oh, it's still the white one. Okay, so what do you think? Polka dot or yellow? Okay, all at once, the same answer. Yellow? Polka dot? I really like the polka dot. I thought it was cute, but you don't really see it at a distance. That was the only thing. So then I thought, oh, maybe I have to do it. All right, that's 2 blocks for you. Yes.